friends, and welcome back to a new sewing vlog. It's been so long since I've done a sewing project and like filmed it because my last sewing project that I filmed was the wrap dress and I didn't really like how that turned out, so I was kind of put off of sewing for a little bit, but I am ready to get back to it. It is a week and a half before my birthday and I really wanted to make myself like a cute little picnic gingham pink dress for my birthday. So I have the pattern printed out. It is a huge stack. It's got this stack has 55 pages and this stack has 10 pages. I don't know why it was 2 PDFs, but it is a McCall's pattern. It is McCall's, I'll put it on the screen because I don't remember. It's McCall something. And I have this beautiful pink, I wanted gingham, but all the gingham was really expensive. So I got this pink plaid, and it still has picnic dress vibes, I think, you know? Pretty cute. So, let's get started. The first thing I need to do is put the pattern together, obviously, because this is a printed PDF pattern. I have to tape all of the pieces together and cut out the pattern and then cut out the fabric. So we'll do that first. I'm pretty excited. If you can hear any background noise, it is my partner Alan. He's eating food and being noisy.
I was noisy. I'm sorry.
Alright, let's get started. Been a couple of hours, but I have finished putting the pattern together and cutting out all of the pieces. Exhibit A. This is the bodice piece. So now we're gonna start sewing. The first step is to gather the bodice. So it should be pretty fun. I should actually read through the instructions first, so I'm gonna do that after. I'm gonna do that and then I'm gonna gather. Yeah, sorry about any background noise. We turn on the AC because it's really warm today. But yeah, okay, let's start the project. Also, I'm watching The Princess Bride. Great movie. I've seen it so many times. It's a good comfort movie. little update. It's taken me, it's 6? It's 6. It's been quite a few hours, but I have finished, I've almost finished the bodice. No, I have not finished the bodice at all, but I have done the yoke of the dress, and I hand stitched down all of the facing, so it looks really nice and neat and finished. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm done with that. That's very exciting. And then the next thing I need to do is gather the bust and then attach this like waistband thing. And then I think I do the sleeves. Yeah, I do the sleeves. And then I'm done with the bodice, maybe? My goal is to finish the bodice tonight and then do the skirt maybe tomorrow evening, because tomorrow is Monday. But yeah, overall, pretty good progress. The only thing that happened that was kind of frustrating was that, so this fabric, as you can tell, doesn't really have a front and a back to it. Like, it looks the same. So it was really hard for me to figure out which side was the front, which side was the back for the facing. So I attached the facing incorrectly twice. So I had to take it apart twice, and it was very frustrating. But once it was attached to the yoke correctly, the rest of it was smooth sailing. And then I hand stitched down the bottom of the yoke too, so you can see a lot of tiny little stitches. Maybe you can't, because the print is a little busy. But overall, pretty happy.
그런 표정 짓진 마 차라리 넌 후련한 것 같아 빈 침묵보다 더 아픈 건 그저 미안하다는 말.
Hello friends, I am coming back with another little bit of a sewing update, but I finished the bodice. I spent most of yesterday afternoon and evening from like 3:30 yesterday until like 11 p.m. working on the finishing up the bodice and attaching the sleeves. I have never done a little bit like this little keyhole tie moment thing in sleeves before, and I think it turned out really, really cute. But yeah, the bodice is big. Okay, you can't really, I'll just put it on over my current dress. 1 second. Okay. This is how it looks. So there's gonna be buttons in the front, and I feel like it fits really well. I think it looks really, really cute. It really does look really cute. Wait a minute. Look, it looks so cute. Look at the little sleeves, little puff sleeves. So all I have to do today is basically finish the skirt. Yeah, so last night I seamed the front panels of the skirt together, and I seamed the back panels of the skirt together, and I attached the pocket bits, but now I just need to attach the front of the skirt to the back of the skirt, the front pieces of the skirt to the back pieces of the skirt, but we're basically pretty much almost done. The only thing that's taking me a long time is that I have been hand felling all of my seams that aren't lined. So let me show you. Okay, let me show you in the bodice. If you turn the bodice inside out, so there's a yoke bit, which obviously is lined because it's a yoke. So I didn't have to do any hand felling there, but along the shoulder seam, I didn't have any way to close the raw edges in the dress pattern, so I went ahead and hand felled the shoulder seam down, and I think it looks so pretty. Like, look at that. It looks so pretty. The hand felling looks really nice. It's very sturdy. You can't tell that it's been sewn down from the front. This is the front side. You can't tell at all that the felling is there, and I think it looks so nice. I'm really happy with it. I'm glad I'm taking my time to work on all of the little tidbits, because it is making me really happy to see how it's all coming together, and how like the interior is just so like, it's so clean. There's no raw edges. This is the facing of the neckline, And again, I hand tacked all of it down with tiny whip stitches. I think it looks really nice, and I'm really excited to get to wear it, and I'm glad that it fits really well because I didn't have to do any adjustments to the pattern. So I'm excited about this pattern in general. I would really like to make this in like I want to make this dress in every fabric now because so far it's turning out so well. But yeah, so later I'm going to be working on the skirt, and then hopefully we can finish it today or tomorrow. I have a lot of skirt seams to do. I can show you. So, for example, this is the back skirt piece, and for the pockets I went ahead and used my machine to felt down the seam along the pocket here, just the pocket's raw edge, just so it would look nicer. And this happens to be the selvage, so I don't have to worry about the raw edge of this, which I didn't do on purpose, but now it's going to be really convenient that I did this, because then I only need to felt down the edge of the pocket once the front and backs are sewn together. But I also have to felt down all of these seams, so this one and this one, and it's quite long because it's a midi length. So I have those two seams to felt down, and then one on each. Is that correct? Yes. One on each of the front pieces, because there's two front pieces, because it opens in the front. So I have to hand felt all that down, and then I can attach the skirt together, and then felt down the pockets, and then gather the top of the skirt, and then attach it to the bodice, and then felt down the waistline, and then hem it, and then I'll be done. But okay, that's kind of a big to-do list, but it's turning out really cute, and I'm really happy, and this is such a fun fabric. It makes me feel like a picnic, which is really nice. I really like that about this fabric. And the one thing is that this fabric it's not very tightly woven, which is going to be nice for the summer actually, but it frays a lot, which is kind of annoying to deal with. But because everything is hand felt down or machine felt, all the seams will be enclosed. All those pesky raw edges will be hidden away. Anyway, I'm really happy about the sewing project. So hopefully the rest of it will be smooth sailing. So far I haven't had many issues, except that this fabric doesn't have like a real front and back to it. It kind of looks exactly the same, which means that I have attached multiple things incorrectly and then had to rip the seams out and then reattach them. But overall, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. That's user error. That's my problem. But yeah, overall, pretty happy with the pattern, pretty happy with the dress, really excited for this to be done. It's gonna be done before my birthday, and I'm gonna have a cute little picnic dress to wear for my birthday, so that's really fun.
Take me to your paradise. Just take me to your paradise. Take me to your paradise, paradise, baby, please. Take me to your paradise. Just take me to your paradise. Take me to your paradise, paradise, baby, please.
Hello friends, I did it. My dress is done. I think it turned out really cute. It's got like a cute little gathered bust situation, a deep V that I don't usually wear, but I think is quite flattering actually. I really like the little tie sleeves. I was really stressed trying to do these sleeves because I'd never done this kind of like keyhole situation before, but I made myself some little bias tape and I just went for it, and I think it turned out so cute. The skirt is a perfect length. I did their midi length version, and I love how long it is. The pockets, there were pockets that were part of the pattern, which is kind of new for me. I feel like most sewing patterns that I have made, I've had to like add pockets on myself. Oh, the generator outside turned off, so now the audio is gonna be better. But I'm so happy with this dress. I think it looks so cute. I'm gonna have some, at some point, I will have some better shots when Alan wakes up and he can help me take some shots outside. But I think it's so cute. The only thing that I don't love is that this is my fault. This isn't the dress pattern's fault, but I made the size that I thought best suited me for, like, based on my measurements, and I tend to kind of, if I'm like kind of in between sizes, I tend to make the size up rather than the size down, because I like worry about making clothes that are too small for me, because that's kind of like sad. I don't want to spend like multiple days on a project and then it ending up being too small, you know? So this is slightly a little bit too big here on the top of the bodice. You can see like my shoulder is up here, my armpit is here, but the shoulder seam is like down here, which makes raising my arms kind of hard. I think maybe if I had tried to do some like alterations based on my own body, I think the top maybe would have turned out a little bit better, but I still think like overall the shape looks great. There's room in the stomach. This is where my stomach is. There's room here for food, which is great. Big recommend making clothes that have room for food, because my current body has no food in it, but once it does have food, it will bloat up a little bit, because tummies are stretchy so that it can fit food. So yeah, I like that there's space for food. This is the dress. This is my birthday dress, and I love it. I love the little plaid, gingham plaid situation. I feel very picnicky, very summery. I made myself a little matching scrunchie, which was actually kind of hard, but it worked out, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. So yeah, I hope that this sewing vlog was maybe a little bit interesting. I feel like I didn't film that many clips of the actual sewing process, mostly because it wasn't that hard of a make. It was time consuming because I hand felled down all of my seams. So if you look like in the skirt, let me show you. If you look in the skirt, all the seams are hand felled down. So that was a bit time consuming because it's a midi length dress. So there's a lot of seams to hand fell and like a lot of length. So overall it was like kind of a 4-day project for me. Well, 2 of them were like half days, so maybe like a 3-day project for me personally, because I'm a pretty slow sewer, seamstress. I'm pretty slow at it, and I do like to do a lot of hand filling because I think it looks really nice on the inside. Like I don't have any annoying rough raw edges that are like touching my body, which is what I prefer. So that took a while, but overall I'm so happy. I'm so happy with it. I think my sewing has really improved over the past like 2 years that I've been really trying to improve my sewing. I look at my older projects and I still have them and I still love a lot of them, but they don't look as nice, and I'm really proud. I'm really proud of this one. I'm really proud. It's so cute. Look, it's so cute. I'm ready to go on a picnic. All right. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being part of my cozy little space on the internet. I know it was a little bit of a different video because we didn't do any art, but we did some fiber arts. And I have cute little tie sleeves now. I'm very happy about it. I will be back in 2 weeks with a studio vlog, probably, because there wasn't a studio vlog for this month. So yeah, thank you for being here. Goodbye, friends.